Education is not a ladder of opportunity, but it is an investment in our future. A correct app by Ad Monke. A very good morning to all of you. I, Dr. Shubhra Jambal, deem it a great pleasure to welcome you all on this one-day national conclave on National Education Policy 2020 organized by Government College of Education, Jammu in collaboration with Cape Comorin Trust, India. As all of us are aware that on 29th July 2020, Union Cabinet of India has approved this policy. This new policy is a comprehensive framework for elementary education to higher education as well as vocational training in both rural and urban development of India. This policy aims for the transformation of India's education system by 2030. Today, all of us will ponder together on this aspect of policy. Moving ahead, I invite our worthy principal man, Dr. Kulvinder Kaur, for her formal vote of welcome address. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shubha. I am delighted to welcome you all to this one-day national conclave on National Education Policy 2020, being organized by Government College of Education, Jammu. We are honored to have with us Mr. Sanjeev Rana, Deputy Secretary, Higher Education Department of UT of J&K. We thank you, sir, for accepting our proposal and joining us today. I heartily welcome today's chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. M.E. Upadhyay from Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. We are thankful to you, ma'am, for being with us. I extend my welcome to our eminent speaker, Dr. Kashmira Mehta, Dean Faculty of Arts, University of Gujarat, Professor Dr. Ramanujam Meganathan from National Council of Education Research and Training, New Delhi, Professor Dr. Renu Nanda, Dean Faculty of Education, University of Jammu, Dr. Ganga Mehto from NCERT Bhopal. I also welcome all the participants who have joined us across India. I am really thankful to Cape Comorin Trust for giving virtual support to make this event possible in this time of pandemic. Today, we will deliberate extensively on the policy and will discuss the pertinent point regarding the policy. The need of introducing this education policy is mostly to make India a global knowledge, power a focus on the importance of students, practical knowledge, and fundamental literacy. Moreover, this policy has been formulated to promote education among the poor people of rural and urban areas. I would like to end with a quote. Education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world. I once again welcome you all on the hopefully we will have a wonderful, enlightening conclave today. My best wishes to the organizers and to all participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your wishes mean a lot to us, and thank you. You've been supporting us in all the ways. Thank you, ma'am. Moving ahead, I would like to invite our Reverend Deputy Secretary, Higher Education, Mr. Sanjeev Rana, sir, for his presidential address.
Thank you, madam. I'm very privileged to present my presidential address to the August gathering on this August occasion on the this implementation of national education policy. We all know that National Education Policy 2020, in which the higher education has a major role to play in our in transformation of the higher education system, and with respect to this, organizing such an event for the need of the hour, and I'm very thankful to Principal College of Education for organizing such an event. We all know that with the implementation of this national education policy, there are some ways in which the higher education institutions will be transformed, and a roadmap has to be framed through such events. We know there will be multidisciplinary type of education, and there will be only autonomous type of education institutions, no affiliation institutions, as envisaged in the national education policy. So I'm quite hopeful that a lot of things will be deliberated during this event, and certainly some beneficial and some important outcomes of this event will come out, which will help us in the administrative department, the higher education department, to frame such policies, to frame such roadmaps for implementation and transformation of the higher education institutions as per the vision of the national education policy. I welcome all participants who are very well versed with the education system in India, as well as with the provisions as well as the visions of the national education policy, and your inputs will definitely be incorporated, will be helpful, certainly helpful for us to go ahead with this national education policy. So I finally welcome all the participants to this event, and I again am very thankful to Principal College of Education for organizing such an event. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sutan sir, for your motivating words. They really mean a lot to us. Now, without a further delay, I would like to invite our chief guest, Professor Dr. Ami Upadhyay, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University, Choradi, Ahmedabad, for her lecture. Ma'am is an eminent personality and her area of expertise are so many. English literature, language, comparative literature, translation studies, performing arts, interdisciplinary studies, ELT, and communication skills. She has published extensively for her various research papers and articles in national as well as international journals. She has been a chairperson on various conferences and national, both and national as well as international level. And we are really honored to have you with us, ma'am. Welcome once again, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Honorable Deputy Secretary, President of the conclave, Sanjeev Rana ji, respected Principal Madam of Government College of Education, Jammu, my dear co-panelists, researchers, academicians, and all stakeholders related to education. It's really a matter of great pleasure and privilege to talk about national education policy. When certain topics, certain things, certain idea, concepts very close to our heart, it always makes us happy to speak about it. When I look at national education policy, it sounds like democracy. I always say democracy is government for the people, by the people, of the people. In the same way, national education policy is policy for the student, by the student. No, sometimes we wonder how by the students, but yes, it is by the student. The journey of national education policy drafting started in 2015 and ended in 2020. Lakhs of suggestions were there, and there all stakeholders, including students, had their suggestions, their contribution in this. In the initial stage, people used to call it new education policy, and then there was a correction. No, it is not new education policy. Because every time when it comes, every education policy, when it is introduced, it is a new education policy. But this is something extra. It is not simply new education policy, it is national education policy. Why national? Before I discuss anything else about it, I would say why it is national education policy. It is national education policy first. It is drafted by the nation. How by the nation? Because the first draft had so many changes later on, because every stakeholder from every corner of the nation contributed for the draft of final national education policy. Second, it is national. Why it is national? Because it talks about national identity. Education that speaks of national identity. And so it is national education policy. This policy in itself is a beautiful draft, beautiful dream. And I'm so thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister, sir, Education Minister, sir, for such wonderful, beautiful draft and concept of education that would really make our education system at par with any national education policy or concept from any corner of the world. Before we go further, this is the national policy which really talks about our own strength. It is not copying, imitating any particular education system's concept. It is our own, it is not borrowed concept of education system. When we talk of Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is so important for us to be Atmanirbhar in our own image also, image of self-esteem. You know, there was a huge, long time, people from the other country, they came here, they conquered, they ruled, and they made statement. They said, ये तो मदारियों का देश है. The people are uncivilized. तो ये मदारियों का देश है, जंगलियों का देश है, लोग कहते गए और कहीं कहीं हम मानते गए. अंग्रेज में पढ़ो तो अच्छे बनोगे, अंग्रेजी आती है तो अच्छे पढ़ोगे. तो ये सारी चीजें दे रियली इतने अंदर अपने मन में डाल दिया that we started borrowing our own self-esteem from the others. What we are, we were waiting for others to come and define us. This is the national education policy that says, let us define ourselves. The day will come that our definition of our country, our identity, ourself, that you will accept. We are not here that the garbage you will throw in will accept. So first of all, this is national education policy, not new education policy. When we think of the purpose of education, I'm so sorry, but you come across any newspapers, advertisement of higher education or schools, they boast that very good marks in JEE, very good percentages in NEET, very good result of 10th, very good result of this. The higher education boasts that 100% placement placement with this package, that package. Tell me, was really education made for this? Is it the visit? And you may visit John Dewey, you may visit any other, either Sri Aurobindo or Tagore or Gandhi or Ambedkar or Vivekanand or maybe any educationist who might have introduced greatest theory about education from the world. Did they talk about packages? Did they really talk about very good ranks and marks and everything? In which direction were we going there? So somewhere we had to replace. In fact, whether we talk of a doctor or a politician or a teacher or a vice chancellor or maybe a businessman, don't you think that goodness matters the most? In our country, it is said, it's in ancient time, Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate. Vidwan Sarvatra Pujyate. वो विद्वान की बात कहाँ एजुकेशन कर रहा था? I'm so sorry, that was really missing in education. And so national education policy came up with different, maybe different from the recent education concept, though it was there in the ancient time. National education policy focuses on few areas. I will touch upon because the other speakers, I had a glance over their topics. So they would be surely talking in detail about it. I would simply touch upon the topic and how it relates to the tomorrow's nation. What tomorrow's society will be there, tomorrow's nation will be there. When I am a mother of a daughter, single daughter, when I visited for her admission to one of the best schools, people said, "Can wahan to admission nahi milta, wo hota hai, ye hota hai." Why I'm being personal? The reason is because I'm very personal with this national education policy also, because I feel it is my policy. And I'm sure that everybody must be feeling it. So when I went for her admission, the teachers, the person who was handling admission said, "Ki yahan problem hai." I said, "Look, I had promised that I want to give the best child to the world and the best world to the child." I repeat, when I conceived the child, I had promised myself that I want to give the best world to the child and the best child to the world. And I feel that your institute can help me in this. If it is so, my daughter would like to get admitted here. And then she got admitted. Why do I talk about this? This is education is all about. If education fails to create better human being, if it fails to create better society, better nation, then somewhere something is missing in that education system. Education, आज मैं ये सोचती हूँ, if I think today, what should education should empower me for what? Empower me to contribute something to the society. Today, Ami Upadhyay is sitting on the chair of Vice Chancellor, the society, my parents, my teachers, so many stakeholders that they played vital role. Now this is my turn to return it to them. Education makes you powerful, that empowers you to return. अब देखिए, जब तक मेरे मन में अपने प्रति कोई हाई सेल्फ एस्टीम नहीं है, तब तक how shall I contribute? So first of all, I should have my own identity. If education fails to make me realize my own individuality, my own identity, making me feel pride about that, then somewhere I will not at all be a contributor. And so to be a greater contributor, it is important to have the greater high self-esteem. My self-esteem comes from where? It comes from my culture. It comes from my pride of being what I am. It should make me feel pride of what I am, from where I come, what do I have around me. That everything should make me feel pride, and that pride will make me contribute in a better way. National education policy talks about education in different structure, where the true education starts maybe from the womb of the mother somewhere. So जब हम शिक्षण की बात करते हैं, केलवे की बात करते हैं, तब वो हम ऐसा नहीं कह सकते कि फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड से शुरू होता है. नो, इट स्टार्ट्स अर्लियर. सो द अर्ली चाइल्डहुड इज मेंशन इन नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. वी आर फ्रॉम द कंट्री जहां अभिमन्यु ने माता के गर्भ से चक्रव्यूह सीख के आया था. तो दैट इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस कि early childhood से शुरू होता है. In our Gujarat we have children's university, very beautiful different concept, children university. I think whosoever visits Gujarat should visit children's university also. Children's university is a brainchild of our honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. That if the mother is aware about conceiving child and the understanding of growing child intellectually, spiritually, emotionally from the womb, when the child is in the womb of the mother, that would really create a better society tomorrow, better nation tomorrow. So somewhere national education policy focuses on a lot on early childhood. I will not talk much about school education because I'm here to talk more about higher education. Now in higher education, first of all, it is so important that 3-language formula, starting from the school it starts. 3-language formula talks about mother tongue or regional language. Keeping all grudges, all negativity aside, I'm a linguistic. I'm a professor of English. My MPhil, PhD, everything is in comparative literature, where my mother tongue, maybe original language, and English I took as comparative literature. I took move forward. Language is not simply means of communication. Language carries much more than that. As National Education Policy mentions, UNESCO's report says that 220 languages have disappeared and 197 languages in India, they are in endangered zone. They will also disappear. I'm a Gujarati person. In my family, we speak in Gujarati. But all the possible, I'm a professor of English. My daughter studies in English medium. Then her daughter would be studying in it. Then the third generation. Everybody will keep on talking in English. The day will come. No one will understand Gujarati. Such important mainstream language in India will disappear. This is half of the pain. Disappearing mother tongue is half of the pain. I would say 25% of the other 25 is that the literature related to that language, the very rich literature related to that language will also disappear. And the 50% pain, agony is that the beautiful culture related to that language and literature will also disappear. India today can boast across the globe of its very rich heritage, cultural heritage. So many states, so many languages, so much of literature in huge language treasure. The day will come, everyone will talk of Shakespeare and everyone will talk of English. I am not in against of Shakespeare. Oh, he is really king of literature. But what about my Meghani? What about our Tagore and Sharad Babu? What about beautiful Marathi Dalit literature? Have we ever thought of it? National education policy talks of that everyone should know the mother tongue. Let me tell you that, as I've given more time, I'm sharing all this. Otherwise, I would have focused more on winding up things. When my daughter was young, I used to tell her stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. I do remember all her formative years till she was in 9 years. वो खजाना खत्म ही नहीं होता था. और जब मैं विमेन एम्पावरमेंट की बात करती तो मैं द्रौपदी की बात करती, मैं सीता की बात करती, और मैं ऐसे नहीं कहती कि सीता की अग्नि परीक्षा ली गई थी तो राम खराब थे. मैंने ऐसे कहा था कि सीता अपने निर्णय, वो अपनी सुरक्षा खुद करती, उसको राम की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ी थी अपनी सुरक्षा के लिए. द्रौपदी एक ऐसी एम्पावर्ड वुमन थी जिन्होंने कहा था कि देखिए अब मेरा अपमान नहीं है, ये स्त्री जाति का अपमान, ये धर्म का अपमान है. It was she who really made the dharma stand. Pandav, you will have to stand for dharma. You will have to revenge. अधर्म का खत्म करना पड़ेगा. वो कृष्ण से ज्यादा द्रौपदी में था. तो these are the perspectives of Indian culture. So Sanskrit, Prakrit are regional languages. Tamil, Malayalam. Policy talks about these languages. Policy says that up to 5th standard, स्टडिंग इन मदर टंग। अब देखिए किसी को भी गुस्सा आएगा तो मन में गाली इंग्लिश में नहीं आती, वो अपनी मदर टंग में ही आती है। जब प्यार आता है तो प्यार मदर टंग में ही आता है। आप देखिए कल मैं अलग एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर बात कर रही थी, आप टेबल्स बोलने होते हैं या मैथमेटिक्स काउंट करना होता है तो 2 2s are 4 मेरे मन में आई एम अ गुजराती मीडियम स्टूडेंट, आई हैव स्टडीड थ्रूआउट माय स्कूल एंड माय मदर टंग, so that never comes 2 2s are 4 मेरे मन में 2 2 4, that only comes because I come from that. So that is very spontaneous, that language is very close to my heart. And let me tell you one thing, in Gujarati literature, because there are so many people from the other states and everything, the outskirt of any village in Gujarati, it is known as padar. गुजराती में उसे पादर शब्द कहते हैं। Now huge beautiful collection of poetry, short stories with a title, it talks about कि जब लड़की की शादी होती है ब्याह कर लड़की को पूरा गांव वहां पादर आउटस्कर्ट तक रखने आता है, वहां से वो जा सकते, पूरा गांव आता है, पूरे गांव के सारे घर खुले होंगे, घर में एक भी व्यक्ति नहीं होगा, पूरा गांव वहां तक आता है। इतना ब्यूटीफुल डिस्क्रिप्शन होता है। नाउ व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट, अपने बच्चों से बात करते हैं कि वो गांव का पादर है, वहां पर वो क्या होता है, बोलते आउटस्कर्ट, आउटस्कर्ट में वो फीलिंग ही नहीं आती जो पादर में आती है। तो देयर आर सो मेनी वर्ड्स, ब्यूटीफुल वर्ड्स। आई वुड से यू नो ब्रेकफास्ट इन गुजरात इट इज नॉन एज शिरामण, दोपहर का जो होता है उसको रोंडा। एक ही शब्द के लिए मदर टंग में, रीजनल लैंग्वेज में कितने सिनोनिम्स होते हैं, beautiful synonyms, and with every little bit of different shape. Why do I discuss all these things? This three language formula is introduced in national education policy that would really empower India, Indian languages. और कल एक ऐसा आएगा जो जिसको इंग्लिश नहीं आती वो अंदर से खराब फील नहीं करेगा, अरे मेरे पास तो कुछ है ही नहीं है तो मुझे इंग्लिश नहीं आती। वो एक मूवी में वो बोलता है ना कि मेरे पास माँ है, हाथ में लिख के देता है मेरे पास माँ है। आजकल सब लोग ऐसे मेरे पास इंग्लिश है, इंग्लिश का है तो इम्प्रेस कर सकते हैं। नो 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 नो, द ट्रू नॉलेज मैटर्स द मोस्ट, नो डाउट। लैंग्वेज इज मीडियम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन, but at the same time it should not be used to impress, because the knowledge matters the most rather than style. The stuff matters the most. National education policy talks about that stuff. So three language formula, very nicely it has been discussed. It also talks about Vishwamanam की बात की है, it talks about Spanish, French, Mandarin language, Russian language, it talks about German. वो उसके बारे में भी बात कर रहे हैं कि वो भी आपको आनी चाहिए। तो कहीं हम इतने ऑर्थोडॉक्स भी नहीं रहे नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में। National education policy empowers the student. I come from open and distance learning. Open distance learning education system is known as a student-centric education system, where the student is in the center. National education policy also talks about student first. Now you see the best part, choice-based credit system. हम अपने यूनिवर्सिटी में काफी टाइम से choice-based credit system इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं। देखिए एजुकेशन, आई टेल यू वन थिंग, मैंने BA, MA, MPhil, PhD इंग्लिश में किया हुआ है। इंडियन क्लासिकल डांस, आई हैव डन माय ग्रेजुएशन एंड BEd इन इंडियन क्लासिकल डांस, कथक आल्सो। आई हैव डन माय डिप्लोमा डॉक्टर ऑफ नेचुरोपैथी एंड योगिक साइंस आल्सो। आई वाज इन NCC नेवी एंड आई वाज देयर इन कैडेट कैप्टन आल्सो। So I have been a passionate reader, passionate trekker, not tourist. I've been a trekker. So that trekker, traveler, and I've realized most of the states in India have traveled, I've trekked, mountaineering and everything. Why do I share? Because when today I'm sitting here, if someone asked me what has made, I would say this exposure made me reach here. I learned discipline, the lessons of discipline from NCC and Indian classical dance. In NCC, very strong disciplinary rules. So that sternness, no means no. Firmness, I learned it from there. That humbleness, aesthetics, beauty of life, that comes from art. Because you know, आज भी हमारे में मेरे गुरुजी 97 years तक जिए, तब तक मैं उनके पास जाती थी, एक एक्सपर्ट के स्वरूप में, गुरु के स्वरूप में जाती थी उनके शिष्य को ट्रेन करने के लिए। गुरुजी मेरे साथ, मैं कभी गुरुजी के साथ उनके पैरेलल नहीं बैठी। वो हमेशा से कहते अम्मी अब तू बड़ी हो गई है, इतनी बड़ी गुरु है तो तू मेरे पैरेलल आके बैठो। मैंने बोला गुरु के पैरेलल तो कोई होता ही नहीं है, कभी नहीं हो सकते। तो ये गुरु शिष्य परंपरा, हम जब गुरु की बात करते हैं तो हम ऐसे हाथ रख के ही करते हैं क्योंकि गुरु का नाम, तो ये गुरु शिष्य परंपरा हम्बलनेस से, वो कला से आती है। ये एस्थेटिक्स की जो बात है वो कला से आती है। मैं जब नेचर में, when I have visited Himalaya more than 10 times, I have visited from the different places, and all the time I found it more beautiful with different beauty, and we keep on talking about the beauties at other countries. I am all praised for it, but अपने देश को तो अपने, मैं सिक्किम जाती हूँ, मैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जब जाती हूँ, केरला में जाती हूँ, मनाली में जाती हूँ, उत्तराखंड में जाती हूँ, गोवा में जाती हूँ, जहां कहीं भी जाते हैं, राजस्थान में जाते हैं, तो एवरीवेयर द ब्यूटी इज डिफरेंट। सभी जगह पर अलग अलग ब्यूटी है। तो फिर बेटर टू नो योर ओन कल्चर। गुजरात इज माई कल्चर, जम्मू कश्मीर इज, आई विजिटेड, आई स्टेड देयर फॉर 20 days, I've roamed, I've understood the culture, enjoyed. So अपने कल्चर को, अपने भारत के कल्चर को तो जानो। National education policy emphasizes a lot on cultural studies. आपको 10 दिन के लिए दूसरे प्रदेश में जाना पड़ेगा, वहां जाके उसके कल्चर को समझना पड़ेगा। If you don't read men, what use of reading books? So one has to read the men around, people around. गांधी बने, गांधी ने पुस्तकें लिखी थी, पढ़ी थी, लेकिन उन्होंने आदमियों को पढ़ा था। वो देखो जेल में बैठ के पत्र लिखते थे, भारत में कोने कोने में वो घूमे थे, उसने देश को जाना था। किसी भी क्षेत्र में आपको लीडर बनना है तो आपको अपने देश को जानना पड़ेगा, अपनी संस्कृति को जानना पड़ेगा। I am impressed by Martin Luther King, but I don't know about Gandhi. Will that do? अगर मैं गांधी के बारे में नहीं जानती, अगर मैं सरदार के बारे में नहीं जानती, तो मैं क्या जानती? आज हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी वहां पर बैठे, मैं थोड़ा बहुत जो उनके बारे में, क्योंकि गुजरात से हूं इसलिए उनके बारे में जो जानती हूँ, उन्होंने बहुत प्रवास किए हैं, उन्होंने लोगों को जाना है, लोगों की पीड़ा को जाना है, लोगों की समस्याओं को समझा है, इसीलिए आज वो वहां पर है। तो कल्चरल स्टडी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आप किसी कंपनी के सीईओ बन गए, कहीं के वाइस चांसलर बन गए, कहीं के पॉलिटिकल लीडर बन गए, लेकिन आपको लोगों की समस्या का पता नहीं है, तो समाधान हम कैसे, क्योंकि कंपनी के सीईओ बनकर समस्या का समाधान करना है, वाइस चांसलर बनकर समस्या का समाधान करना है। हाउ विल यू डू टिल द टाइम यू डू नॉट नो अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स? सो कल्चरल स्टडी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड द कल्चर. The moment you understand the culture, you understand the people, you understand their liking, disliking, their ambition, their feeling, emotions, everything. And that is very important to grow together. So it talks about cultural studies. जब चॉइस बेस्ड क्रेडिट सिस्टम की बात आई, इसीलिए देखिए इसमें 64 आर्ट्स की बात आती है। 64 कला का देश हमारा, पहली बार नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी। मैं तो एक आर्टिस्ट हूँ, इसलिए मैं तो इतनी खुश हो गई कि मैं शिक्षण मंत्री श्री, प्रधानमंत्री जी को अब बहुत 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 बधाया और थैंक यू कहती हूँ। आई रियली थैंक देम बिकॉज आर्ट रियली मेक्स यू लिव द लाइफ, यू डोंट सिंपली एग्जिस्ट। जब TIFL के साइंटिस्ट राव जी से एक बार मुलाकात हुई तो उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी बात की थी, वो चंद्रयान में उनकी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका थी। He said कि everyone at any age should spare at least 1 hour either for any art or any sport. आपको कला या रमत गमत के लिए 1 घंटा हर रोज देना चाहिए। Now you see, as national education policy talks of that 64 arts, craftsmen, artisan, उनके बारे में वो बात करते हैं। अभी परसों और अगले दिन में 2 दिन के लिए गुजरात में ट्राइबल बेल्ट के प्रवास में थी, and I visited tribal people, I met them, and you know, beautiful art, bamboo craft, earthen pots, utensils they make, and as an open university we are introduced those subjects with credits for them specially. Our country stands for that. गुजरात में कच्छ में जाके देखिए, ये ट्राइबल बेल्ट में उनके पास कितनी कला है। तो वो कला क्यों एक सिलेबस नहीं होना चाहिए, वो क्रेडिट क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए? आज अच्छे अच्छे सिंगर, अच्छे अच्छे डांसर है, दे आर बॉर्न डांसर्स, दे आर बॉर्न सिंगर्स। वो फोक सिंगर्स अपने देखिए, कोई शिक्षण प्राप्त नहीं किया है, तो उन्हें क्यों हम आइडेंटिफाई करके उनको क्रेडिट अर्न क्यों नहीं करवा सकते? तो सब्जेक्ट्स में दोज थिंग्स, आई वुड हैव बीन लकी अगर नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के टाइम में, अगर हमारे टाइम में होती तो मैं तो इतनी खुश होती कि मेरे ये डांस भी के उसकी भी क्रेडिट मेरी होती, ये मेरे ट्रैकिंग की भी क्रेडिट होती, कल्चरल की जो मैं पैशनेट हूँ तो वो कल्चरल स्टडी की भी क्रेडिट होती। ये होलिस्टिक एजुकेशन, टोटल पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट के बारे में बात करते हो। और ये पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट वो फोक से टेबल पर कैसे खाते, कपड़े कैसे पहनते हो और गुड मॉर्निंग गुड इवनिंग कैसे विश करते हो उसकी बात नहीं है। ये पर्सनालिटी जो विवेकानंद की है। देखिए विवेकानंद जी भी चॉइस बेस्ड क्रेडिट सिस्टम में पढ़े थे, क्योंकि उनका सब्जेक्ट था फिलोसॉफी, फिजिक्स, बांग्ला एंड इंग्लिश लिटरेचर। आज आप हमें बताइए लास्ट 30-40 साल में कितने लोगों ने ऐसे सब्जेक्ट पढ़े होंगे? I'm so sorry, not. Now the student is the king in national education policy. Student will be able to choose the program. Now you see there's difference between program and course. We understand because I come from open distance learning, हमारे में ऐसे ही होता है। लेकिन now it will be for everybody. BA will be a program. लेकिन BA के जो एक एक पेपर है वो courses है, they are courses. Now a student will be able to opt physics and classical dance together. Now a student would be able to opt English literature and mathematics together. Now that will be possible for the student. Because I do remember I was working with earlier another university. There one student in Infosys was selected. In his CV resume he had written that he is a passionate guitar player. तो उनके इंटरव्यू के टाइम में गिटार रखा गया था और इंटरव्यू आई हैव विटनेस्ड इट, आई वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ द प्रोसेस, दैट्स व्हाई आई नो। ही वाज आस्क्ड टू प्ले गिटार, ही प्लेड सो वेल, ही वाज सिलेक्टेड, though he was a comparatively mediocre student, not that great student, he was selected for that job and he was asked कि आपको हफ्ते में 2 दिन गिटार लोगों को सिखाना होगा, because we are mainly appointing you as a guitarist, we are so happy and impressed with your this art. Now the days will come, what about national education policy talks, जहां क्राफ्ट की, आर्ट की, कलाओं की बात होगी, तो जिस कलाओं को लोग भूलते जा रहे हैं। आई डू रिमेम्बर जब मैं सीख रही थी तो मेरे नानी है वो तो ऑर्थोडॉक्स फैमिली से थे, माय मदर वाज व्हाटएवर आई एम टुडे बिकॉज ऑफ माय मदर, शी हैड बीन अ वंडरफुल मदर एंड शी हैज बीन ऑलवेज। तो मेरे ग्रैंडमदर कहते थे नो शी वाज, बेटी को नाचने वाली बनाना है, नाचना सिखाओगे, पढ़ाई करो, बाकी सब ठीक है, पढ़ाई करो और शादी करवा दो। But my mother said, no, there's something very good about dance within her. I want to let her come out, like that should come out. And today I am there. अब देखिए काफी जगह पर वो डांस वांस तो ठीक है, कला वाला तो ठीक है, पढ़ा बस पढ़ा, उसको डॉक्टर बना दो, इंजीनियर बना दो। अब ये डॉक्टर बना दो, इंजीनियर बना दो, ये बना दो वाली बात है वो चली जाएगी। लोग पैशन से सीखेंगे, करेंगे। That what national education policy talks about. So choice based credit system. आप अपनी चॉइस से क्रेडिट अर्न कर सकते हैं। नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में बेस्ट चीज जो है वो क्रेडिट बैंक की बात है। द स्टूडेंट विल हैव अ क्रेडिट बैंक। अब देखिए मुझे लगता है कि अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी का ये कथक का कोर्स अच्छा लगता है तो मैं वहां से 4 क्रेडिट अर्न करूंगी। मुझे लगता है कि ये जम्मू की ये जो कॉलेज है उससे मुझे ये एजुकेशन के एक पेपर है उसकी 5 क्रेडिट, 6 क्रेडिट, 8 क्रेडिट अर्न करनी है तो मैं भी करूंगी। दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से ये क्रेडिट, तो आई विल हैव अ क्रेडिट बैंक। द सब्जेक्ट्स विल बी देयर एंड दोस क्रेडिट्स विल बी देयर। When I earn a certificate, diploma, degree, I would be utilizing those credits from that credit bank. तो ये choice based credit system, that flexibility, choice, freedom, सा विद्या या विमुक्तये, ट्रू एजुकेशन लिबरेट्स। तो ये लिबरेट्स का जो मीनिंग है वो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में है। आपको चॉइस मिलती है, पसंदगी मिलती है। दूसरी, इट टॉक्स अबाउट द फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, फ्लेक्सी एंट्री एंड फ्लेक्सी एग्जिट, वर्टिकल हॉरिजॉन्टल एंट्री एंड एग्जिट। आज आपने एट आर यूनिवर्सिटी वी हैव बीन इंट्रोड्यूसिंग इट, वी हैव दैट ऑलरेडी। आप किसी और हमने, आई एम सो हैप्पी टू से दैट लास्ट 1.5 साल में हमने ये क्रेडिट ट्रांसफर, लेटरल एंट्री, लेटरल एग्जिट, अभी काश्मीरा जी भी गुजरात से, वो भी यहाँ है हमारे साथ, शी इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू एड्रेस। तो शी इवन नोज, और पीपल में भी फ्रॉम द गुजरात दे नो कि हम 2nd ईयर 3rd ईयर में एडमिशन देते हैं, लेटरल एंट्री हमने कर दी है, क्रेडिट ट्रांसफर हमने कर दी है। At our university, after 6 months, if a person withdraws, would be earning certificate. After a year, diploma, 2 years, advanced diploma, and after 3 years, he or she would be earning degree. National education policy talks in the same way, that after 1 year, the student may earn certificate and may leave. After 2 years, the student may earn diploma and may take exit. After 3 years, advanced diploma, and after 4 years, he or she would be earning a degree. So that flexibility it talks about. तो आपका कोई भी ज्ञान व्यर्थ नहीं जाता. आपने एक पेपर भी पढ़ लिया जिसको ये कोर्स कहते हैं, तो आपने 4 क्रेडिट अर्न कर लिए. आपने 1 साल पढ़ लिया तो चलो हमने सर्टिफिकेट अर्न कर लिया, हमने ये कर लिया, डिप्लोमा अर्न कर लिया. तो आप खाली हाथ नहीं जा रहे, आपका हाथ खाली नहीं है, आपका हाथ ज्ञान की वजह से कुछ कुछ क्रेडिट से भरता रहता है. तो ये फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी की बहुत खूबसूरत बात नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी टॉक्स अबाउट. इट टॉक्स अबाउट एक्सटेंसिव यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. जब आप इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ एजुकेशन की बात करते हैं तो इन्होंने कहा कि बेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटीज अक्रॉस द ग्लोब विल हैव देयर कैंपसेस इन इंडिया. ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है. ब्रेन ड्रेन का जो प्रॉब्लम है वहां खत्म हो जाता है. हमारा जो बुद्धि धन है वो किसी और देश में जाकर वहां नहीं, उस देश के लिए नहीं कमाएगा. वहां से अच्छे अच्छे कैंपसेस यहाँ आएंगे. देखिए, नाउ दिस इज इनडायरेक्ट 2 थिंग्स. पहले तो द ब्रांड इज कमिंग टू इंडिया. The brand is coming to India. Second, I don't think, if we look at it, they won't come with hundreds of their staff to get established here. They may come with some key positions here as coordinators, and then the best people in India, the cream of India, will get an opportunity to work with that brand in India. So this is something very important कि आप Oxford, Cambridge, Stanford, Harvard, I'm just giving examples. आप उन सब यूनिवर्सिटीज में इंडिया में रहकर काम कर रहे हैं, इंडिया में रहकर आप पढ़ रहे हैं. सो दैट इज समथिंग वेरी गुड. इन द सेम वे, गुड यूनिवर्सिटीज इन इंडिया विल हैव द कैंपसेस इन द अदर कंट्रीज. ना अभी तो बच्चे जा रहे थे, अब यूनिवर्सिटी जाएगी. तो दैट इज गुड इन अ वे दैट हमारा नाम वहां तक पहुंच रहा है. Ambedkar University, UK people know, US people know, maybe Jammu University or Kashmir University people know they're in other countries also. So this is something true internationalization of education. और internationalization in that case, अभी जो credit system की मैंने बात की, 4 years degree program की बात की, वो सारे जो norms है वो international norms है. So now our education structure will also be like international. तो इंटरनेशनल नॉर्म्स को हमारा स्ट्रक्चर भी फॉलो करेगा. जब कल्चरल स्टडी की बात करते हैं तो द नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी सेज कि ऐसे 100 प्लेसेस वुड बी डेवलप्ड एज टूरिस्ट प्लेस. National education policy says that 100 places would be developed as tourist place to go there and study the culture. तो यहाँ टूरिज्म भी डेवलप होना है, आइडेंटिटी ऑफ इंडिया, आइडेंटिटी ऑफ स्टेट, आइडेंटिटी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल वो भी होना है, इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन भी होना है. तो ये सारी चीजें नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी टॉक्स अबाउट. इट टॉक्स अबाउट एक्सटेंसिव यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. उसकी वजह से आप धीरे धीरे डेवलपिंग से डेवलप्ड होने लगेंगे. हमारे मन में एक भारतीय की तरह एक सवाल आना चाहिए कि 1947 में हम स्वतंत्र तो हो गए, लेकिन डेवलपिंग ही रहे. कब तक डेवलपिंग रहेंगे, कब डेवलप्ड होंगे? सो डेवलपिंग से डेवलप्ड की जो यात्रा जो है वो हमें नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के मार्फत हम कर पाएंगे. थ्रू दैट विल बी एबल टू एंटर इनटू द डेवलप्ड जोन. वी विल बी, थोड़ा ऐसा रहेगा कि हमें अपने कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा. काफी टाइम आई एम सो सॉरी टू से कि टीचर्स की फ्रेटर्निटी ऐसी होती है. मैं जब जुड़ी थी तब हमने बोला कि नहीं, लेटेस्ट सिलेबस के लिए हमें ये बुक इंट्रोड्यूस करनी चाहिए, ये करनी चाहिए. लेकिन काफी सीनियर ज्ञानी लोग थे, उनका कभी कभी मंतव्य ऐसा रहता था, मैडम 2 महीने रह गए, 6 महीने रह गए, 1 साल रह गया रिटायरमेंट, अभी ये टैक्स रहने दीजिए ना, आप खत्म करें हम भी अपना रिटायर ऐसे. तो समटाइम्स वी आर नॉट कंफर्टेबल लीविंग अ कंफर्ट जोन. National education policy will force us to leave our comfort zone and to come out, take up challenges. अब देखिए, डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आम्बेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन 1994 इस साल लास्ट अभी 6 महीने पहले हमने अपना खुद का इंडिजिनस सिलेबस फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम वी इंट्रोड्यूस इट कंप्लीटली. It was a mammoth task, but yes, we are ready for it, and we thoroughly enjoyed that process. The credit goes to my whole team. They worked really very hard, very hard. So it talks about to take up challenges. It talks about GER, gross enrollment ratio. Gross enrollment ratio means education should reach to everyone. Right to education is not only to have right on paper. Right to education is to create an environment where education would obviously rightful to everyone, and people will get that opportunity. They will not have to have the hardship to reach to education. It talks about equity and access, and it says that 6% budget for education, ready for it. Good, really very good for it. Then only things will be possible. So it talks about autonomy. Autonomy is very, very important for the growth of education. The colleges will have autonomy. The universities will have autonomy. Multidisciplinary means from any discipline, 64 arts, craft, science, humanity, engineering, medicine, whatever. There could be combination of anything, because every problem is interdisciplinary, every problem is multidisciplinary, and education is the solution to every problem. That education should also be multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary. National education policy talks of that. So I think I have taken enough time. It was really great pleasure to talk about national education policy. And it is such a beautiful subject that if we continue speaking for it, we may speak for a whole day. But to all the listeners today, I would say that this is really an opportunity for us. Don't only use word challenge. It is an opportunity for us to change the complete scenario of education. Till today, you were on your seat, maybe myself on my seat, we condemn, we criticize, ये बुरा है, वो बुरा है. अब अच्छा करने की तक हमको दी गई है. We have been given an opportunity to do something better for what we were criticizing everything. We were condemned for. आज हमारे हाथ में है, ये हम बदल सकते हैं. So with all passion, with all persistence, with all understanding and commitment, we should move further with execution, implementation of national education policy with its right spirit. And believe me, as teachers, we are very, very, very lucky to witness this, to be a part of this. As a mother, because as a stakeholder, I'm a teacher also, I'm a vice chancellor, leader of a university also. I'm a mother also. As a parent, I look at this, that we are really lucky that our kids would be studying under this national education policy concept, because they will witness and they will contribute in a different scenario. I thank the Institute for inviting me for this wonderful topic, conclave on such relevant, so apt topic today. I welcome you. I invite you all to visit my university whenever you're visiting Ahmedabad, Gujarat. It would be really great pleasure to have you people, academicians, at our campus. We have been taking many initiatives at Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. We have established here a 3 Special Learner Center a year back. It's a brainchild of me. I'm so happy about it. Where disabled, prisoners, sex workers, HIV positives, and transgenders, they are specially felicitated for the study. They are given all facilities for the betterment of society. I'm so happy that state government, Gujarat government, really funds for the fees of transgenders. We have been working for the Martis family, the daughter, son, wife. Their education is free at our campus. This lateral entry, lateral exit, we have already introduced, credit transfer and everything. Many new courses we have taken. We have our own indigenous MOOC platform also, where Padma Shri Padma Vibhushan Kumudini Lakhya ji is teaching Kathak, and anybody can come, enter and learn it. Would really be very happy to welcome you at a campus. I again thank the authority to invite me here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your presentation was really motivating and enlightening. I can see lots of compliments for you in the chat box. Really, really motivating lecture you had today. In a very beautiful way, you told us the journey of NEP, how it started in 2015 and what was the real motive. And now, after listening to your lecture, I really feel that being from the teacher community, that I'm really thankful to Government of India for providing us such a wonderful opportunity to be a part of this national education policy now. And you talked wonderfully on cultural studies, free language formula, explained us so well, and liberal aspect of NEP, flexibility given to us in this particular aspect, extensive use of technology, credit system, 4 years degree, and autonomous of the colleges. So thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us in such a beautiful way and being with us. Ma'am, if we can have few questions. I can see few questions in the chat box. Yeah, the first question is from Professor Kashyap. Professor Kashyap, are you there? If you can ask your question yourself. I think no issues. I'll take up his question. He has posed NEP is silent on education related to emerging technology fields like artificial intelligence and cybercrime and nanotechnology. So, what is your say on that, ma'am?
I think when we talk about, many times it happens that generally it is a draft policy. It is not a syllabus. So there's difference between draft policy and then it comes with norms and everything more detailed. It talks about in general education. When it talks about, obviously, the extensive use of technology, when the technology is tool, so obviously when you want technology to be tool in education, and obviously when it is in education, it will be there in everywhere, every field. At that time, obviously, whether it's a nanotechnology or maybe artificial intelligence, they will have to be a part of it, obviously. And it talks about GER, it talks about, accessibility and equity. Now, equity, accessibility, GER, extensive use of technology, online education, somewhere all these things obviously connected to artificial intelligence or nanotechnology. So obviously the use of, otherwise, everybody, if I say that it talks about language and literature, but it doesn't talk about Gujarati language, or it doesn't, so it is obviously a part of it. So minor subjects, it doesn't discuss. It discuss about the field, the overall unitary actions.
Right, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have another question from Arjunu Bhagaraj. He says, only you explain favors of NEP. Some are negative shades. All time you say Gujarat is excellent, but education and culture wise, South India is better. So don't you give an example of education and culture? And he has praise also for you. Anyways, your presentation was excellent.
Now you see, I'm so happy, and that's why when I started that national education policy, I never said Gujarat education policy. So somewhere national education policy brings us out from very, very narrow-minded concept of state, Gujarat, and this. Obviously, as I come from Gujarat, I'll talk of Gujarat. Obviously, because when I talk about Kutchi work, or in the same way, Rajasthani folk songs, beautiful. I talked about Maharashtrian Dalit literature also. So when we talk again, when it comes to Punjab or Jammu Kashmir, they have different folklore shades. So example, I doubt whether I said Gujarati education is excellent, because I am not habituated to compare in state, this is better, that state, because I am not here for that statistical data. So I think I didn't say that Gujarat is, yes, cultural wise, obviously I know Gujarat closely, so I'll talk about Gujarati culture.
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your session was really a vibrant and enlightening one. Thank you once again for joining us, ma'am.
It was pleasure. Thank you.